All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we're going through Proverbs 6, verses 6 through 8. So let's get it. Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. I think this is so interesting because it's talking about how ants, without having any chief, officer, or ruler, so there's nobody above them telling them to do it, goes to prepare bread in summer and gathers food for harvest. Now, I know there are like queen ants and stuff, and I just want to extract the point of this, which is the ant is taking initiative. Ants prepare the necessary stuff for their life without being told to do so. Having bread in the summer is necessary, so they prepare it. Gathering food in the harvest is necessary to have food, so they gather it. And they take that initiative to do it because it is part of the stuff that they need in their life. And so the entrepreneurial application of this is start taking massive action that is needed for your dreams, for your goals, and for your life force to be at its best without needing an outside stimulus. A lot of us wait until we are in a financial situation that pushes us to move faster, or that we wait till we have an outside stimulus from a spouse or from our kids or from family members or from our environment, or we wait for the economy to crash. We wait for opportunity to line up and present itself in an easy manner. Stop doing that. Start taking massive action without needing that outside stimulus because you know that the harvest is coming. So you're preparing for the harvest, or you know that there's bread out there to be had. And so you prepare your bread in the summer and gathers food in the harvest. Like, be doing those two things. You know, you will reap what you sow. So you sow. You picking up what I'm putting down? And so that's kind of just my baseline interpretation of this. The ant has initiative and is talking to us, the sluggards. Go to the ant, O sluggard, and consider her ways and be wise. Look at the initiative of the ant if you are feeling slothful in your life. If you're not getting the results you want, start taking more initiative. And so, where has this shown up in my life? I would say with my daily podcast. I started taking initiative there. It was a dream and a goal I had. It's something that gave me energy. And I mean, that's what I did. Now I do it, and it's a great thing for me. And what's interesting here is I was also going to say it has shown up in my life by thinking about what I want to do. That's interesting. And it's a place I'll get caught, and it's a place a lot of us will get caught. Thinking is not necessarily taking initiative. Like the ant doesn't think about preparing bread in the summer or think about gathering food in the harvest. The ant prepares bread in the summer and gathers food in the harvest, despite not having any chief, officer, or ruler. And so I was going to point out, thinking about my dreams and goals, planning, strategizing. I think there is some initiative there. Like, you do need some sort of clarity, but more importantly, you got to realize I need bread, I'm getting bread. There's a harvest, I'm going to gather it. And so that's why I realized my thinking about it wouldn't really apply as much because it's not really taking initiative. We can all get stuck in the thinking about stuff and just don't do it. Start taking the massive action because you know the basics of what you need and the basics of what you need to get there. For example, you're not going to make a sale if you don't talk to people. So now you know you need to talk to people. So now you just got to decide how you talk to people and then go talk to people, right? And yeah, those are really simple decisions that shouldn't hold you back from making progress towards massive action or doing massive action. And so, where do I want this to show up in my life? More massive action towards my monthly event that would usher leads into a life coaching business and help me advertise the podcast. It's going to be a live event in Austin, Texas, where it'll start. And then eventually it'll be all across the country and then hopefully all across the world, right? God willing. And the monthly event will be completely free to attend. People will come. It'll be a place to talk about dreams and goals and meet like-minded people who also want to talk about dreams and goals. And there'll be free food and games to play, whether it be board games, lawn games, or sport games, because the goal is to have fun together, eat together, talk about dreams and goals together, and then hold each other accountable to those dreams and goals. So, of course, there'll be an offer on the back end for people who want to commit to working together. And it'll be for a group of 3 to 6 people. And it'll basically be a 6-week trust challenge where you're building trust with each other building character traits, and building skills. And so this event, I'm really excited about it, but I need the funds to run it, A, in Austin, B, across the world. And part of that is taking massive action to either get the funds by selling my butt off or asking for sponsors. And right now, it's not exactly my focus, but I do want to see more massive action in that area when I choose to focus on it. I just have other things I'm focused on right now, and that's just how it is. Focus is valuable, so I'm trying not to compromise that. Even though I do really want to, I won't lie. But yeah, so more massive action in that monthly event, more initiative towards that monthly event, because I think it'll give more people a chance to have that conversation about their dreams and goals, which is the goal of this podcast, right? I just want to get people talking about their dreams and goals, but I also think it'll give people space to actually move towards their dreams and goals in a very simple way. It's like a lot of people, a financial barrier is the only barrier. And if we can overcome that financial barrier together, the other stuff just falls into place, you know? And the first 6 weeks is building character traits, building trust with each other, and then breaking down some limiting beliefs by reading some books and discussion. Then after that, it's developing skills and doing business, right? And sounds simple, and it is, but it won't necessarily be easy. And I don't think everybody will do it, but the people who will, I think their life will be transformed. And I'm excited to be a part of that. So, how can you guys apply this to your life? I would say go do something, anything that's big and impacts people in a cool way. That's the first way to start taking initiative. See a big problem and go after it. Or start taking initiative in very small ways in your life. And ideally, you would do both, right? Start working that initiative muscle in very small ways, just in your everyday life. And then that will give you the courage to really go after that big thing that impacts people in a cool way. So, how do you take initiative in a small way? You can do it around the house, right? You see the dishes dirty, you wash the dishes. You see the floor dirty, you clean the floor. You see something that needs to be put together, and you put together. You see somebody stressed, and you take time to ask them questions and calm them down. At school, you see somebody who needs help with work, you go help them with work. If you're at work and you see a colleague who's struggling, or you see a project that needs some different leadership, start taking initiative in those ways. Basically, have eyes for problems and then eyes for solutions, because you're seeking to add value to people's lives. I think when you can see problems and you can see solutions, that's when you can start taking initiative on them. And here's the other part. Most problems have a pretty clear solution. And if they don't, and you take some initiative, the solution typically becomes clear. The execution of the solution might be another story, right? It might not be easy, but I think getting to the actual solution, what an ideal world looks like, that typically just takes a little bit of thinking. And I think most of us, about 99% of us, have the capability to do that. And for the 1% that don't, I genuinely think it's learnable. So, yeah, there we go. Become a problem solver. Start taking initiative in the smallest ways possible whenever you see a problem in your life or in somebody else's life. And then compound that initiative into a really big effort that impacts people in a cool way, in the way that you were uniquely put on earth to impact people. And that's something only you can figure out. So there we go. That's what we got for you guys today on the show. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you on the next one. And on that note, we're out.